Yo, what's up, Titan Nation? How's everybody doing? Welcome in to a very special edition of the Titans and Truth post game show. Um, I had a part one basically on Facebook under the TNT Enforcers page, but after Mr. Butchie Praise asked me to go live and found some stuff that I found a little bit disturbing as far as what happened with the Tennessee Titans beating down the New England Patriots yesterday. I had to come on and talk about that just a little bit for just a few moments to kind of shed some light on some things that have been said. What's up, Shane? Classic Ride Society, what's going on? And yes, it was indeed a beat down, a 34-10 thrashing that I don't think anybody saw coming. If anybody saw that type of performance coming for the Tennessee Titans, raise your hand. I didn't think so. I can't even raise my hand on that one because I did not see this performance coming. And most of y'all have heard me. I picked the Patriots as a jinx. So I'm kind of glad it worked. So I'm just glad the Tennessee Titans did win this game. And now they are 5-4 on the year. And I mean, a fantastic performance on by all three phases of the game. Darius Jennings basically got it started with an amazing kickoff return, 58 yards, and Marcus took it from there. And, of course, scored on the opening drive. They basically scored on their first, I believe they scored on their first three possessions. They had 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So it was beautiful, got it off to a great start. They got up to a 17-3 lead, and then they led it to half 24-10. You had a great touchdown pass to Jonnu Smith with Marcus on the run, and then a beautiful rainbow pass from Marcus Mariota to my man Corey Davis. Corey D showing up. So I really think the sky's the limit for Corey Davis. I'm just trying to adjust a little bit. And AZ Mick, how's it going? Yeah, classic ride. They need to sweep the Texans and got to take down Andrew Luck. It's got to take down Andrew Luck. And Jason, I believe that's absolutely right. I said that back in the beginning of the year. Losing Delaney Walker is a good thing. Why? Because it made Marcus Mariota trust the other guys. He had to trust his other receivers. He was forced to have to go to Davis now. He's forced to go to Jonnu Smith now. He's forced to go to Batson and Darius Jennings. And Batson had a nice game yesterday as well. So I definitely like that. So I just like the fact that offensively we got into a rhythm. And for the almost pretty much third straight game, the offense executed very well. Marcus, and I'm bringing up some stuff. Marcus, of course, had a terrific game going 16 of 24, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers. That was one of my keys. That was one of my 4 ways to victory. I said no turnovers, play flawless, no mistakes. They definitely did that. Another thing that they did that I said, they played their game. They played their game, and they did not sucker and get into playing the Patriots game, which is something that they did. They made the Patriots play Titan football, and that's something that Tom Brady was not comfortable with, the so-called GOAT. He got exposed. He got lit up in all ways of the game. So I'm going to get to the defense in just a second, but the offense was great. I mean, Dion Lewis, this time he only had 68 yards of offense, but he had 20 carries, 57 yards, but it was effective on a few runs. Derrick Henry, 11 carries, 58 yards, 2 touchdowns. And like I said, speaking of Corey Davis, 7 catches, 125 yards, touchdown, his second 100-yard game of his career. I think things going to get started for him. And from what I was hearing on the radio right now, Corey Davis is on pace to hit 76 catches, just over 1,000 yards, and you're probably looking at about 5 or 6 touchdowns. That's a Pro Bowl caliber season right there. So I definitely like the way that Corey Davis is turning up. Jonnu Smith, 3 catches, 45 yards, caught all 3 of his targets. That was really good. And I mean, the offensive line did extremely well. And speaking of doing well, the defensive side of the ball, they launched what I said. They launched an all-out assault on Tom Brady. They came after him. They showed no fear, and they smacked him around. And that's what I love to see. I love to see the overrated golden boy get smacked around a little bit. And so it was beautiful. I was there, section 143. I had a ball. It was beautiful to see Tom Brady get his tail kicked. I mean, that's just, it's one of the most beautiful victories I've ever seen. Almost brought a tear to my eye, basically, how beautiful that was. So, and P. Hicks, you're absolutely right. After tonight, y'all, it's time to go to the Colts. Enjoyed everything, enjoyed today, but tomorrow is Colts time. So we definitely got a lot of work to do on that. And, you know, it was an incredible game, especially defensively. And one thing I did say, they lost an all-out assault, 3 sacks, and probably could have been more if Tom Brady didn't escape a few times. And, you know, Dean Pease called, Dean and Matt LaFleur, both of those guys called incredible games. But Dean Pease was on his game. I mean, the Titan defense did exactly what they needed to do. And Adoree Jackson shut down Josh Gordon. He made Josh Gordon look obsolete. And we made Tom Brady look like he was 41 years old, hitting them all over the place. I believe we had about 7 or 8 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, knocked them down a few times. Oh, we got in them. We got in that ass. And that was what was necessary. So show no fear. And I know there are some people that didn't like what Deion Lewis said after the game. You know, he took it personal, you know, because he left New England and basically said, you know, that's what happens when you go cheap, you get your tail kicked. And, you know, I know there are some who are probably thinking you shouldn't say nothing like that because you got to play New England later. And I'm like this. You can't show no fear. You can't show no fear to anybody. No, you don't need to be cocky, you know, or anything like that. But yes, you got to be confident in yourself. And, you know, I hear like martial artists will always, you know, some martial artists will say, don't go into a fight unless you know you're going to win. And that's the thing the Tennessee Titans are starting to do. They're starting to build confidence. You don't go into any game. You got to go into every game knowing you're going to win. And that's exactly what you have to do. And what I liked about Tom, and what I heard from Tom Brady in the post game, he basically said, you got to go and play. You got to go and play 4 quarters of football. You can't just walk in thinking you're going to win the game. And that told me that the Patriots thought this was going to be a cakewalk. They just thought they were just going to come in here, do whatever they want, and was going to easily walk out with the win. That's not what happened. And what's up, Titan 2? We're going to have to get together on that. Justin and Caleb, my guys right there. And y'all make sure y'all check out their show as well. I'm going to be watching that in just a bit also. But, I mean, it was an incredible victory. I enjoyed it. I had a ball. I had Patriot fans around me, some that were living here and some that were not, you know. But for the most part, some of them were nice. But I also saw some were very disrespectful, especially one lady who went viral tearing up the flag and everything. I'm like, come on, Patriot fans, are y'all some sort of losers? Y'all can't take going to the woodshed and getting beat down by the Tennessee Titans. You better get used to it because we can do it again. So I thought it was a great game. Excuse me for that. Excuse me for that. I'm sorry, y'all. And so, yeah, it was a terrific game. We caused a lot of havoc, a lot of chaos. Like Lil Kilo said, K-True, the Colts is our hardest task for the rest of our schedule by far, as they're as far as getting to luck. The O-line around 6 hours was 4. Redskins second highest protection around 20. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're gonna have a tough task getting to the Colts, and that's something I'm gonna get on Wednesday's show as we prepare to face off against Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. We've never beaten Luck. Hopefully, we have the luck and we can take them down. But I mean, it was a terrific game all the way around. Wesley Woodyard had 1.5 sacks. Jarrell Casey caused some chaos. Logan Ryan with a sack on the Hail Mary. Adoree Jackson shut down Josh Gordon. I mean, Kenny Vaccaro came up and put a lick on James White. And Tom Brady was playing so bad, they took him out of the game with about 7 minutes to go. I mean, everything that could have went right in this game did for us. That is something that is beautiful. And I can't say no more about that. It was incredible. Classic Rod said, Texans more important than Colts, can afford a split with the Colts. And in Titans Tube, of course, my guys come back saying, don't want to have to rely on a split with the Colts. The W comes at the end. Y'all, I put it like this. We need to win every game we can in the division. I don't want to split with the Colts. I want to sweep the Colts. I want to sweep the Texans. I don't really care. But we need to beat the Colts next week, and that sets up a showdown Monday night with the Texans. That's probably for the division title. We beat the Texans, we pretty much can lock up the AFC South because we'll own the tiebreaker over them, and we will have a tiebreaker over the Colts. And at the end, that last game against the Colts won't even matter. So, excuse me for that. So, I mean, I say we go ahead. We need to win all the games we can in the division. So, yeah, it was like the Packers game, Jason. It was definitely like the Packers game. But it was incredible. All three phases played extremely well. I had a great time. It was great. Belichick looked sad. Brady looked flustered. Mike Vrabel, sweet, sweet victory for them and for John Robinson. Congratulations to the entire organization. And it was great to send all those Patriot fans home a little sad. I heard some of them crying, saying, you know, how did this happen? And this was a fluke. No, it wasn't. Take your butt whooping like a man or a woman. Take it up. It's okay. You know, we turned Tom Brady. We turned Tom Brady into a little girl, basically. Tom Brady couldn't take it. He couldn't take the heat, so he got out the kitchen. So it was an amazing victory. If y'all want to check out more of what I was talking about as far as the game, join the TNT Enforcers page on Facebook, and you can definitely catch my post-game show from there as I was leaving the stadium on that. But the main thing I wanted to get into, and also before I do, get your star of the week, who you thought played the best, and your dunce of the day nominees as well, who didn't play so well in this game. So get your nominations out on Wednesday. I will announce who those are with that. So star of the week, you know, you can go Marcus Mariota, Corey Davis, you go Jonnu Smith, you could go Matt LaFleur, Dean Pease. You could definitely do that. And speaking of Jonnu, I have to owe an apology to Derrick Henry and Jonnu Smith. I gave up on both of these guys. I was done with them. Maybe I shouldn't be. So, Jonnu, Derrick, my bad. My bad. And, of course, as some of y'all know, Miss Loretta Turnley, she is one of the biggest Titan fans I know. She had to set me straight. She know I kind of talked bad and gave up on Derrick Henry. So, Miss Loretta, you were right. I was wrong. I'm willing to accept the fact I made a mistake a little too soon. So, Tell the beast, don't hurt me. Excuse me for that. But yes, Marcus was a playmaker. Definitely, the defense did great. Cameron Baston is definitely looking pretty good, and definitely like where we're going with that. So I think this offense is on its way up, and this defense. And speaking of which, before I go into a rant right quick, let's take a look at some stats. This is as of right now, and this is not counting the Giants and 49ers game. Offensively, yes, we still got work to do because we're 30th in total offense, 30th passing the ball, 15th in running the ball, and 28th in points scoring. But I think that's going to head on the way up. I think that's definitely head on the way up. We'll improve on that, and we'll definitely make that grow. But let's take a look at the defensive numbers. As everybody has said, yes, we're the number one scoring defense in the league. We only average giving up about 16.8 points per game. Excuse me, got a bad cough, y'all. I'm sorry. And we're basically leading by a full point over the Baltimore Ravens. And on top of that, we're top 10 in every other category. We're sixth best in most yards allowed, in amount of yards allowed. Sixth least yards allowed per game. Against the pass, we're sixth. Against the run defense is 10th. I remember some weeks ago, we were like in the bottom third of the league in rush defense. We were like 26th. We're all the way up to 10th now. And my bold prediction, and this is a hot take, I think we're going to finish top 5 in every category. Top 5 total defense, top 5 against the pass, top 5 against the run, and we're going to stay the top scoring defense in the league. So that's just my bold pick for the year. I think we're going to finish top 5 in every category defensively. That's what I think we could definitely do. But defense is balling out. They're balling out of their minds, and I love every bit of it. But what I wanted to get on tonight, and this is the main reason for this show tonight, heard some disturbing things on some of the national shows. I'm not counting Good Morning Football because they always show us love. But I'm going to try to play a few clips from some of the national shows that were on as they were talking about this game. And, first I'm going to start with Greg Jennings because he gave a little love to the Tennessee Titans a little bit. I'm going to just play a little bit for you. Hold on for a second. Okay, this is Greg Jennings on Undisputed.
Everyone wants to knock the Buffalo Bills, but in total yards per game, total defense, they're number 1. The Tennessee Titans, number 6. The Green Bay Packers, number 10. Like, these are the last 3 teams that they've played. Mm-hmm. When you look at the passing yards per game given up, Buffalo, again, number 2. Tennessee Titans, number 6. And Green Bay, number 5. These teams don't give up a lot when it comes to total yards and passing. And then scoring, Tennessee is number 1. By far. Mm-hmm. In allowing points on their defense. So these aren't bad teams. And yesterday, they played a really good defense, and a defense that exposed them. When you look at their head coach, who's been in that system, who understands both sides of the ball offensively because they used them at tight end as well. And then defensively, he knows what they like to do. He can scheme against them. He can counter punch Belichick blow for blow. I thought it was a great job by the Tennessee Titans and a poorly executed game by the New England Patriots.
Okay, so right there you was hearing from former Packers receiver, great receiver Greg Jennings on Undisputed, basically giving credit to the defense. Now, there was a part on Undisputed, and I tried to find it, and I couldn't. We all know Skip Bayless is a hater. We all know he's a hater. And the fact of the matter is, last week, he basically gave no love to the Titans and basically said the Cowboys lost the whole game because he's a big fan of the Cowboys, so he showed some bias towards them and everything. And, if you've listened to Undisputed or when he was on First Take, all he did was trash Marcus Mariota because he felt Jameis Winston was better than him. He felt Colin Kaepernick was better than him. And yet Marcus is still showing out. And so I give a dunce of the day, honorary dunce of the day to Skip Bayless for not showing the Tennessee Titans any respect and not for showing Marcus Mariota the respect that he deserves. I could find a clip, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. But now I'm going to play another clip for you. I'm trying to locate it. Yeah, give me a second. Now, here is Shannon Sharp on Undisputed, kind of giving some love a little bit, but I kind of got to blast Shannon Sharp a little bit too.
What about the defense? Isn't Coach Belichick supposed to be a genius? All out.
Well, isn't he? You ask a good question, and you're not answering your own good question. Isn't he a genius?
Isn't Tom Brady supposed to be the GOAT?
He is.
Oh, well, I can't
say proven that.
Mariota's the GOAT. Mariota's the GOAT. What you told me, when a guy wins head-to-head, he's the GOAT. Kevin Durant's done it the last 2 years. He's the best player. Okay, Marcus Mariota.
Thank you. You're admitting that.
I'm just telling you what you see. I'm just going by what you said, Skip. I'm just repeating.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's not your turn just yet. Offense scored 10 points. 10 points. That's all the GOAT can get me.
Yep.
10 points, did he?
I know.
They had a wonderful game plan. They got Tom Brady off the field. The trick is, okay, can we get him to third down? And if we do get him to third down, can we get him off the field on third down? Patriots was 3 of 15. That's 20%. But the thing that they did the best, they shut off the run. Now we're going to make you one-dimensional. This is what the Patriots like to do. They like to throw most of their stuff happens between the numbers. The majority of those happen between the hashes. The Tennessee Titans said, what we're going to do, we're going to take away that first throw. We're going to challenge everything. We're going to play man coverage. We're going to challenge you. And then we're going to make Tom Brady clutch it to bring it down. Okay, Jones. Okay, Casey. Get home. Okay, Arakpo. This is your chance. They did a wonderful job. 4-man, 5-man. They brought Wesley Woodyard, who had an unbelievable game yesterday. They blitzed the safety a couple of times. And they got safety, Skip. Kenny Vaccaro and Byard. They do a wonderful job. I was surprised how well they neutralized the passing game. But once you made Tom Brady, once they knew, he got to worry about the run. Sonny Michel's not going anywhere. And we refuse to let a guy 6'5", 230 pounds, a wide receiver play running back in the NFL. That's not going to happen.
All right. So that was from Shannon Sharp. Now, I'll give him some credit because he did show some Titans some love. Although, I kind of got to put him on blast too, because I've seen the last of this right here. So I'm going to give you a clip. This is from Game Day Prime Sunday night with Dion, LT, and Shannon.
What I've seen the last couple of weeks, I'm gonna take the Titans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Titans.
Just do that because I said the Texans. That's all. That's the only reason.
That could be a possibility, but I like the Titans. Their defense is legit. You got to give them credit, Ty. That ain't legit like
you
that.
Say nothing about the Titans all year. You ain't said nothing about the Titans all year.
First time talking about them on the show. What you want me to do? Go off script?
You got 2 shows.
Oh, I can't believe you just said that, Shannon.
Now, for that one, yeah, I kind of got to put Shannon Sharp on blast because they didn't talk much about the Titans after we beat the Cowboys. They didn't. All they kept talking about was Dak, Jason Garrett, and Jerry Jones. So Shannon kind of lied right there. But he did take the Titans, even though Dion and LT took the Texans and everything. So, I kind of got to give some love to Shannon Sharp right there. But a true dunce is about to come on. Former New York Giant and former Baltimore Raven Chris Canty was on First Thing First. And this is a show I really don't care for or anything like that. But listen to what this fool had the nerve to say. I want y'all to hear it, and I want y'all to be the judge of that. This is Chris Canty on First Things First.
What'd you learn about the Patriots last night?
Well, here's the thing. They got off to a slow start on the road in a sleepy environment. For anybody that's ever played down in Nissan Stadium down in Nashville, it's one of those sleepy type of places where the home team can jump out on you and get on you early if you're not prepared. Sleepy? It's just not one of those intense environments. It's not like you're walking into Heinz Field or you're walking into the Link in Philadelphia.
Shouldn't that help the Patriots? Shouldn't that help the road team?
Well, I mean, you would think it would help the road team, but it doesn't when you realize that the Patriots in the last 5 games have had 4 8-o'clock kicks. So that's the thing that you think about, and especially when you're on the road.
Yeah.
Football players are creatures of habit. And so when you're used to kicking off at 8 o'clock, when you got a 1 o'clock kick, that's a little bit of a shock to the system, and it showed in the first half. I thought that the Titans did a great job of winning first and second down on both sides of the ball. They didn't give Tom Brady those easy throws in between the numbers.
Now I stopped that. There because who does Chris Canty think he is? Trying to say it's a sleepy environment. I apologize for my bad coffee. I'm really trying to work through it, but how you gonna call Nissan Stadium a sleepy environment? A team that has won, that has only lost, if I'm not mistaken, 1 home game in the last 2 years. I mean, the Titans have been pretty unbeatable at home recently. Sleepy environment? Now, I know good and well we have other teams fans that tend to come in and they're in droves and stuff like that. But saying it's not intense? Crowd was loud yesterday. Even though a lot of them were Patriot fans, crowd was loud yesterday. Nissan Stadium can be an intense place. I've been there. I've been to every game. So for Chris Canty to say that, shut your mouth, Chris Canty. You don't know nothing. Don't even know what he's talking about. I mean, just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Or as Stephen A. Smith would say, blasphemy right there. And so I like what K. True says. Skip is a joke, threw his jersey in the trash, and then got it out after they somehow beat the Eagles. Yeah, flip-flopper. AZ Big said Rich Eisen was the only one that picked the Titans. Everybody else said we didn't have a chance. Yep, I can see that. What's up, Titan Anderson? What's going on? Yeah, K. True. Shannon had us losing 27-10 to the girls as opposed to Skip 20-10. I understand that. Yeah, Shannon kind of lied right there. He lied, and I know he's trying to make ends meet, trying to make it right, but yeah, Shannon, you kind of lied, sir, on Undisputed. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then Jake coming in saying that was one of the dumbest sports takes I've ever heard, probably referring to Chris Canty. If I'm wrong, Jake, correct me. And of course, the one and only, so I wouldn't even worry about those guys. We're gonna keep showing them what's up. Hey, that's true. Best way to do it, keep winning. You keep winning, the respect will come. That much is a fact. And so I just found some of that stuff funny. That's why I wanted to play it for everybody and kind of get some thoughts on that. But speaking of Nissan Stadium, and this brings me to a question, and if you don't have answers now, we're going to talk about it also on Wednesday. Especially for those who live in Nashville or in the Middle Tennessee area. If you don't go to games, what is your reason why? Now, I was listening to Jared the GM and I listened to other shows, and I know a lot of people tend to complain about how the stadium itself is ran. As far as it takes a long time to get through the gates and get into Nissan Stadium and get to your seat. And I know there was a whole lot of Patriot fans there. You know, it took me about 20 minutes or so to get in myself. So, you know, why are there not more local Titan fans going to games? You know, I understand it can be very easy to just sit on your couch and watch the game at home. But watching it on TV and watching it live are two totally different things, two totally different experiences. I love the live experience because I'm out there with other fans. I get to high five, I get to cheer, we get to talk. If I'm watching at home, it's just myself. You know, it's just me. So, you know, I enjoy going to live games because it is a whole different experience than just watching TV. Yeah, you don't hear the commentators and stuff like that, but you get to see the action as it happens. You ain't got to worry about no commercials and all of that. So I enjoy the whole atmosphere of it. So, I mean, that's why I enjoy going. So some of y'all break it down to me. I'm going to try to read some of your comments. And this is basically what we're going to get out of here with, is just this particular topic on that. So what do y'all think? See, Lil Kilo says, I'm in Memphis. I'll come if I had a way. Understood. Like I said, you know, if you're outside the area, if you're in Memphis or in Atlanta or, you know, upward Kentucky like Lexington or Louisville, I understand that. But I'm talking about fans actually here in Nashville, in Murfreesboro, you know, in Hendersonville or in Bellevue, Belmead, or Ashland City. You're not far from the stadium. What keeps you from coming to the game, if any? Because it's time we slowly need to go ahead and take Nissan Stadium back. And I know a lot has to do with winning. A lot has to do with, you know, maybe the concessions and things like that. But what keeps you from going to the game live? And I understand with the team winning, ticket prices tend to go up. Like a lot of Titan fans sold their tickets for this game because they made a lot of money. Now, I myself, I could have sold my ticket for $500-$600 if I wanted to, because I'm sitting in a lower level. But I didn't. Why? I am loyal to my team. And number two, I wanted to be there to see this game. So that's just something that we're probably going to discuss on the next show. I'm just putting it in your minds. Make sure y'all spread the word out to everybody. You know, share this show out. Share this show out on Facebook. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Titans_in_truth as well. So I'm probably going to put a small video basically saying, hey, if you missed the episode, come on in and watch it. Facebook, you know, is TNT Enforcers. Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer. You can definitely check everything out there. And so I know a lot of people are from out of town. DE09 is in Florida. Gino saying it comes down to money. I got kids. Now, that's perfectly understandable. I know everybody got kids and stuff like that, got family. But a lot of the upper-level seats are pretty cheap, probably for the Jets game. The Jets game is probably going to be pretty cheap. Ain't too many people going to be trying to come from New York to see the Jets play because they stink right now. Redskins might be a little bit higher because I know a couple of friends that are coming up from Memphis to go to that game. And, of course, the Colt game, we may already have clinched a playoff spot by then. So, I mean, that could be nice. So, get down to see your team if you can. You know, there's a couple of opportunities left. You're watching a good team here, a team that could make to the playoffs, that could win the division. So, get up with me, y'all. Come on and join us and enjoy the fun that we're going to have at Nissan Stadium. We got to take our stadium back. Slowly but surely, we got to take it back, y'all. And so, like I said, I appreciate everybody that checks in from everywhere, either from Memphis or from Florida or Classic Ride from Texas, T-Swag in North Dakota. Hey, I'm glad to have people watching from everywhere. Y'all make sure you spread the show. I want to get some people from all over the world watching. So I appreciate y'all. We'll talk about more of this on Wednesday as we get ready for the Indianapolis Colts game. Once again, we took the Patriots to the woodshed, 34-10. Too happy about that. Colts going down next. And I'ma holler at y'all. This is your man, Blue Enforcer. Love y'all. I am out. Tighten the F up.